Why is this the play of the game?
Okay. This is the play of the game because I have had so many hot dogs and lobster rolls today and sushi and shaken so many hands and went to the bathroom a couple of times and taken so many pictures a couple of times more than that. So this, ladies and gentlemen, the play of the game. Yeah.
That was great.
Magic will come to life for seniors at Prestige Adult Center in Huntington on June 16th, when New York Yankees executive and community consultant Ray Negron brings seniors a snippet of his life story and the incredible transformation of George Steinbrenner in Negron's Bat Boy production. He's bringing special guest Prentice McNeil, formerly of the Drifters, who himself lives in an assisted facility. After more than a year of suffering through the pandemic, this is the grand reopening at the facility for seniors in the community. And when it comes to giving back, nobody does it better than Negron. With more than 50 years of service with the Yankees, Negron, a New York Times best-selling author and movie producer who lost his parents within a month's time, hopes that this dramatic reenactment will compel seniors to relive their lives in a story they'll never forget. The event is open to all seniors living in the area from 12 to 3 on June 16th at Prestige Adult Center, 21 Walt Whitman Road, Huntington Station, New York.
Reach out, oh, with Ray and Stevie. Reach out, with Ray and Steve. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the car. For the home team, if they don't win, it's a shame. Play ball.
Hello, and a very pleasant good evening to each one of you out there, wherever you may be. To quote my hero, Vin Scully, we have got a super special show tonight. And this is a super special day because, well, I'm going to wait to talk about this when the main guys get on. So let's bring on our hosts, Mr. Ray and Mr. Steve. Come on in, gentlemen.
Robbie.
Roberto,
You got the Brooklyn look tonight.
Nene.
Hey, we've got a
What?
Brooklyn boy in the house tonight, so I thought I'd wear
Okay.
Brooklyn.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's why we let you in the building. Okay, it's okay. You can wear that shirt.
That's
There used to be a
Brooklyn.
team in Brooklyn. Did you know that?
They,
Back in
they
the
got
day.
out of here.
But you
They
know,
got out of here real quick when they saw the Bronx Bombers kicking booty.
right.
Well, I don't know. We had a great baseball player named Babe Ruth on our team too. You ever heard of him?
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah,
Excuse
for
me.
like
He went
what?
over there
For
just to see
10
what the heck you
minutes,
got,
for
why
10
you guys
minutes.
kept on losing.
Wow. You're gonna throw that in. But you know what, Robbie? There's still a team in Brooklyn. It's the Brooklyn Nets, and we have a new segment, the Lowe's Down Report, who's a former basketball player. Lowe's Moore is going to give us a little report because this series is tied up 2-2 against the Bucks. So, Lowe's, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you got the
I'm
Brooklyn. There we
Where-
go.
Here we go. Okay.
All right.
This
there
will
we
be the
go.
last time Lowesmore will be on this show.
Brother Lowe's. Hey, man. Yeah.
There we go. So, no, Lowe's, thank you very much. You've been an NBA basketball player. You're an author. You're the former director of the Boys and Girls Club of Mount Vernon. But here tonight, you're talking about Brooklyn Nets. What you got for us?
Well, let me say this. In the beginning, it's been a tough season, and a successful but yet tough season, with the pandemic and a number of injuries. So we really haven't seen the Brooklyn Nets totally together to even build any kind of chemistry. But they have some great players and some great role players. And I just thought it was going to be a 4-0. But it seems like Milwaukee has just got fired up, and we've had some injuries on Brooklyn, but yet I believe we're still talented enough to win the series.
Wow, and Kyrie went down. Are you worried about him? He has a little ankle injury there.
Well, I am worried about him, man. He's so gifted and so talented, man. We just can't lose a guy like Kyrie, and expect to be great. But you know what? We have greatness in KD.
Yeah.
Right. And I believe, he's going to have to put forth everything he has to help us win this series right now. And the momentum is in Milwaukee's place and on Milwaukee's team. But look, somebody got KD on the team. You can never count the Brooklyn Nets out as long as they got KD.
That's right. Well, we can't wait to the next game, and we want to thank you very much and congratulations because you're being elected to the New York State Basketball Hall of Fame.
Awesome.
Oh man, appreciate that. Yeah. August the 1st.
Yeah,
August the 1st.
Wow.
I got one question. One question. What took them so long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well-
because everything that you have accomplished professionally, college, amateur in the streets of New York, plus the fact of what you did with all those kids with the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, you gave them such direction. Hey, this should have been done 10 years ago, but I'm glad it's being done now.
Yeah, I'm not mad because sometimes it just takes a person to bring your name up, because there were so many great players in New York, right? And so whoever walks in and says, "Hey, man, Gus Williams, Ray Williams, Lowe's Moore," I didn't think of that. And so a gentleman by the name of a good friend of mine, Gary Danola, was a great high school coach in Schenectady High School in Schenectady, New York, recommended me. And so, hey, I said, "Oh yeah, Lowe's." And next thing you know, it happened. So if you have somebody out there that should be in the Hall of Fame in New York, baseball, right? Baseball or basketball, bring that name up because that's how it gets started.
Listen, before we let you go, what is that?
They're after you again, Ray.
Somebody's at my door. Somebody at my door.
Before we let you go, I just want to say for all the fans out there, if you get a chance to go up to Westchester, Mount Vernon, and you get to see the mural of the greats that have come out of there, like Ken Singleton and Lowe's Moore and the Williams brothers, it's a beautiful sight to see, and it's a beautiful respect from your town in giving to you. So thank you for everything you've done so far, brother. And you got a lot more to give.
Yeah, thank you. And I thank you for those other guys that are on the wall, those Ken Singletons, those Gus Williams who came before me. They were the light, right? I was in the darkness until they showed me to the light. So awesome.
We'll keep the light going, bro.
Well, real quick, before you come
All right.
in next week, the deal is you have to wear your red, white, and blue Nets jersey next week.
All right. If I can find it, it's probably this big.
I know those shorts hugging your butt there. Lowe's, thank
That's
you very
right.
much. We love you. We love
All right.
you, man.
You
Thank you.
God
care
bless.
now.
That's the Lowe's Down Nets
God bless.
report. We're going to kick it over to Tyler's Titletown report, and we're talking Islander hockey, right, Tyler? Bring it on. They won last night against Tampa. What's your thoughts about that? Oh, there we go.
I love it, man.
They put me in, coach. They put me in,
Yeah.
coach, and they won.
Yes. Talk
What
about the
is up
Islanders.
with
Have another drink.
Yeah, right.
You know my friend Ray here, and you know Robbie.
Yeah.
I think I know them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about Islanders hockey.
Well, we have the Islanders up 1-0 in the best of 7, leading after a 2-1. And honestly, it felt like the score. You look at a score of 2-1, and you think it was really, really close, really tight game. You know, it really felt like the Islanders were in control that entire game.
Right.
From about the 5-minute mark of the first period up until about 2.5 minutes left, it felt like Tampa Bay literally could not do anything, and Vasilevsky was the only reason that it was even close. But Varlamov made some key saves, and it was that was a classic textbook Islander hockey road game. They shut them down.
They shut them down, and they take on the Lightning again tomorrow night, right before they head back to New York.
They do. We're looking to go back to the Island up 2-0. And honestly, Steve, they are in for I saw a Facebook post from one of my good friends in the Islander fan page that I'm part of, and they said that based on the volume of Amalie Arena in Tampa, or lack thereof, I should say, that crowd was. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but I was disappointed. It was. They had a "Let's Go Bolts" chant at the end, and it was like, that's cute. It was just quiet. You could hear a pin drop. But they're going to go back to the Coliseum, and they might forfeit out of fear.
We're up 1-0, so we're going to keep this going. Yes, right?
Absolutely.
All right, that's the Tyler's Titletown report on the Islanders. Thank you very much, Tyler. There we go. And we got to talk basketball and hockey, right? There's a lot going on here.
Listen, we have a lot going on. We had a lot going on in this show, and let's keep the ball rolling because I don't want this hour to pass without getting everybody on.
That's right. Well, you have a special scout that you want to talk to about, so let's bring him on right now. Okay. So we're going to keep it going from basketball to hockey to talking baseball. And I'm going to step aside while we have this special guest come on.
Well, basically, I was going to talk a little baseball. This gentleman that's coming on is a longtime scout, but more importantly is the fact that he worked with Tom Giordano, the super scout of baseball, the man, probably the most respected scout in the history of the game. And Billy Coppola, how are you, my sir?
I'm doing fine. Good to see you.
So listen, you were signed by Tom Giordano. Tell us a little bit about that.
Tom was actually my basketball coach in high school. And
what high school was that?
Copaig High School.
Copaig High School here in the island.
He took an interest in me in the baseball part of it. In the summertime, they would be scouting people. And 1968, I was drafted by the Oakland A's, who he was the scout that they were going to send to sign me. And then 1969, I got my draft notice. That was the end of baseball with him.
Wow.
And but through the years, I kept in touch with him. And one day he gave me a call, and we go to breakfast and things like that. You know how that was with him. And one day he gave me a call and says, "Hey, you want to go to some Yankee games?" And I did, and I never stopped.
Next thing you know, you was his main assistant.
I was with him every day.
Every day,
24 hours a day, which was fun and sometimes not so much fun. But they. Scouts like that you're not going to see again anymore.
No, and the thing about Tom Giordano is they called him T-Bone. This is the guy that brought Reggie Jackson to the Baltimore Orioles back in 1976 and really tried to keep Reggie there. Reggie was in Baltimore only one season, but yet he holds many of the one season records over there.
Yeah, he goes way back to the Oakland days with Reggie.
Right
in the late 60s, early 70s. And then Tom moved on to Baltimore, of course, and where they won a World Series. He drafted and signed Cal Ripken.
Wow.
Then they go to Cleveland. They're always getting fired.
Where he had Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez signed him.
A New York boy.
And so
I thought he was on the Dodgers.
Oakland, Baltimore.
Yeah, later, after Tom fixed them up for you.
Yeah. Cleveland, then Texas. And then after leaves Texas, he ended up with the Braves. Everywhere he went, they won.
Everywhere he went, they won. And let me tell you that for a couple of seasons there, I went with him. Actually, I left Mr. Steinbrenner on a special assignment to go to Cleveland to help Cleveland with Dwight Gooden and his drug program. And that was a very special program that was set up by Tom Giordano because he felt if he signed Gooden, he needed for someone to keep him straight. And that was my assignment for several years. Yeah. And then I went to Texas with Tom Giordano, again, this time because of the aspect of the major Alex Rodriguez trade that happened at that time, and I had to go and pick a couple of players out for our Bronx Bombers. And then, and by the way, he actually drafted my son Ricky.
That's right.
With the
Wow.
Atlanta Braves. Ricky was drafted by the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
I have a quick question here.
Yes, sir.
And that is, scouts and fans probably don't really get this, but scouts are the lifeblood of a baseball team, because that's where you create the assets that come up through your organization and maybe become the stars, or they become the assets that they trade for the stars. So how has scouting changed from the old days to the modern technology?
I missed the first part.
How
of what
are
you were saying,
scouting
but
changed from
I
the
got that.
old days to the modern technology?
The old days, they didn't have radar guns. They knew the guy threw hard.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that they would do, and Tom was good at it, was give you a really good handshake. He wanted to see just how tough that kid was.
Wow.
And watch, and I'm serious, and to the day he died, he'd crush your hands with his handshake. But they wanted to know more about what was in the kid's heart. Can he play? Is he going to be tough enough to be able to do this? They knew what they could do. So their skills are fine. Today, things are done analytically. If Yogi Berra was being scouted today, they wouldn't sign him because he's a dead ball hitter. That's kind of how it goes. And for every one thing that I would see, Tom would see three things.
Wow.
And that's really, really different from today. Today they watch videos, they look at numbers, and it's not the same. Some people like it. Some people think that it's turning baseball in the wrong direction when it comes to finding talent. What kind of baseball instinct does the kid have?
Boy,
Today,
yeah.
I went to I was watching a high school game a few years ago, and I see a kid warming up. I said, "Are you pitching?" He said, "No, I'm a closer." I said, "What are you?" He said, "I'm in the 10th grade." I said, "I hope you have a plan B." But
Unbelievable.
they're looking for a quick way, and there is no quick way to get to the major leagues. But scouting has changed tremendously because of that, letting a lot of old scouts go.
Let him know, how old was Tom before he died? How old was he?
He was 93 when he passed away.
93.
Wow.
He had
Contract.
He had just signed a new 3-year contract,
Wow.
and he had said, I want to do this until I'm 100. Then I'll figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life.
Wow.
Okay. I will never forget him. And you know what? The mind stayed powerful, but the body caved in at 93, unfortunately.
Yeah, sharp as a tack.
Totally. Well, listen,
Nice.
we need to have you back. I'm sorry that Steve overbooked today. I gotta give him the hit on this, because we could talk about this for 3 hours. But
Sure.
thank you, brother.
Okay.
Especially with Robbie, since he loves the game so much.
Bravo.
Good.
Well, thank you. Well, Steve.
I don't think I overbooked. I think you overbooked, my friend.
Anyway,
Oh, okay. Just bypass that. But you know what? We're gonna keep this thing going.
we got to keep this thing going.
We do have an inspiring story that we need to hear, and we have another former bat boy, not you, but Squeegee Castillo, and he just gave birth along with his.
He gave birth?
Wow, that is
He
history.
gave birth.
Yeah, that's an inspiring story.
Wait a minute. Is this the first man to ever give birth?
Yeah, well, let's hear from Squeegee.
Hallelujah!
There we go. Squeegee Castillo, come on board. Look at that beautiful boy. Look at that.
Oh man.
Gorgeous,
Fantastic.
gorgeous. So God bless you, Squeegee.
Oh man,
beautiful.
that's so cool.
What's
Thank
his
you, guys.
name? What's his name?
His name is Zaire Lorenzo Castillo.
I mean, couldn't you give him like an American name, like Harry or Tom? I mean,
Or babe.
I mean, it's going to take me at least a year to learn how to say that name. Is that-
Well, Ray, as you know, and thank you, Steve. Hi, Robbie Robinson.
Hey, man.
Love you guys, man. Thank you guys and Ray for having me on, man. I love you guys. I truly appreciate the show.
Hey, don't be trying to kiss Robbie Robinson's butt over here, okay?
Hey, be careful.
He's a big Frankie Valley fan, Robbie. Just so you know.
Hey, I love Luigi, man. He's a man.
Yeah, Luigi
Love you
Squeegee.
guys.
But
Like I told Ray, Ray, you know, you're one of the godfathers of my son Zaire, and Zaire means, you know, God's gift. I did research on it, and that's how me and my girlfriend Ibel came up with the name for this child. And
He's beautiful.
he has a historical
He
story.
looks just like me.
An amazing blessing. He needs more hair.
Okay.
But Squeegee,
But-
there's a doctor that really was a blessing to you and your family. Briefly, tell us a little about what happened there.
Dr. Alicia, may God bless her family, her hands, and her career, her profession. I know she brings a lot of children into this world and helps a lot of women with birth. And she had to make, you know, this was probably one of many of the toughest calls that she has made in her life in the ER room. And my wife was supposed to give natural birth on June 9th, and she was 9 centimeters open, and the baby wouldn't come out. She wasn't dilating, and she came in from working a long shift, and she went against. She went against another nurse about doing. Sorry, guys. She went against another nurse call on making a judgment, waiting 15 more minutes when my son's heart rate dropped to 40, and we would have lost my child. So she had to make a quick call in an instant. And when she came back with that baby and put my son in my hands, and my wife still wasn't in the room with me, I didn't get to see my son's birth because it went from natural birth to a emergency C-section. And she was pale white, and I just saw like she went to war. But God had her hands, and God was in that room, and she saved my son. And I gave her a big hug, and she came back 2 days later to visit us in the hospital. And I told her, I thanked her so much. And she goes, a lot of people don't tell me that. And I said, you know, from what you guys do from community work and all, and what, you know, I've done with Ray, a thank you goes a long way. And sometimes someone needs a pat on the back, and not just, you know, take the baby and go home and never see this person again. And she was touched by it, and she's told everyone at work that that's meant the world to her, and she's going to keep pushing to bring children in this world and keep saving lives.
Well, I heard that she's a big Yankee fan.
Correct. And she's a big Aaron Judge fan.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, she would love to be on the show today, but she's, again, delivering more children. And
Well, that's a little bit more important.
Yeah, she said to
Amen.
you guys, she's honored that you guys would want to have her a small clip like Steve asked me, but she had no time. But she said these words. I went today because my son had an appointment to draw blood, and she said these words. That's priceless. I wouldn't change my career for anything.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
Well, Squeegee, it's such a blessing, and I know that you were dealt a very, 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 very difficult hand, and we're going to ask you to come back and maybe talk about that next week, because it's a tragic situation for your family, and just to hear the blessing of your baby is so much. We love you so very much, Squeegee, and God bless everything you do.
Robbie, because I spoke to Robbie beforehand, real quick, Robbie, so that the world understands, Squeegee did lose his nephew on Friday, and I really want for you, Robbie, to in essence give him a blessing from the standpoint of, you know what I'm saying.
Well, I will say this, Luigi, that we're going to lift you up in prayer, you and his whole family, because it's tough to lose any loved one, of course, but I know that God's peace and God's comfort can comfort any kind of loss, any kind of hurt. And so we'll be lifting you up in prayer, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we love you, and you're going to come back next week, and we're going to talk about his life and what he meant to your family. But love that baby. God bless
Right
you.
now, the most important thing
brother.
is little guy.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you, guys. I love you
Right
guys.
now, the most important thing is for you to take care of little Ray. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, there's one thing I
I'm
want to say.
sorry.
There's one thing I want to say, and this is for all over the Bronx and politicians. I hope you're hearing. I hope Mayor de Blasio is listening. Stop the gun violence. There was 12 fatal shootings from Friday and Saturday, and my nephew was one of them. And all the people that we lost, the fatal shootings. Stop the damn violence.
All right.
Love you, brother.
Peace,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Love you guys.
God bless. God bless. Well, we are behind schedule, but we need to talk about Bat Boy because Bat Boy is coming back, and we're coming back strong for the summer tour. We are going to be at Prestige Assisted Living in Suffolk County, and with Prentice and Bat Boy. Ray, talk about that show.
Well,
Wow.
again, we're behind schedule, but we are going to be Wednesday at the Prestige Adult Center. It's somebody said to me, Mrs. Negron said to me, is this a sex place? And I said, it's a senior facility. Teresa, it's a senior facility. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe it. An adult center, But we're going to be there on Wednesday. Billy O'Connell has set this up with Prentice O'Neill of the Drifters. And so
Yeah.
Prentice and me are going to do like a little one-man show thing. Prentice McNeil.
Yes.
Okay. And then of which Steve will bring back the Marshmallow Salesman. Carmine will be Little Ray. And it's going to be a wonderful night, a wonderful afternoon. And no, there will be no sextings.
Wow. Well, it is an adult center, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to get in. So I don't know, right? But we'll get you in somehow. You're the
Okay, let's
feature artist
move
along
it
Brendan.
on.
So we have 4 shows this summer, and every Bat Boy show we give back. We put on a great production, and we're first going to be on July 20th at the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club in the Bronx, which I know hits home for you. The next day, we're going to be in Mount Vernon at the Boys and Girls Club there for their youngsters, and then we're going to high step it in August 14th to the Yogi Berra Museum in New Jersey. And then the following month, we're going to be at the Babe Ruth Museum September 15th in Baltimore, Maryland. So we got this whole East Coast thing covered.
Oh,
Wow.
right now we're waiting on the 2 dates for Broadway this coming this fall.
yeah.
So they just it's going to happen. It's just a question of which are the dates, and hopefully the great Robbie Robinson will finally get to see us. And if he's there, I'm going to push him on stage and really steal some Frankie Valli time from him.
And there's a picture of Carmine and Ray with Ray. There you go.
There we
I love that picture because that's
Yeah.
the first show. Carmine's in his glory along with Ray. It was a great job, and he killed it.
Carmine was wonderful. Carmine is wonderful.
He is wonderful. He's doing a great job behind the scenes here. So since I'm the producer, I get to handle the scheduling.
Here we go.
So
Now he's throwing
I
his
know.
muscle. Go
I
ahead.
know when Frankie Valli's in the neighborhood, so we're not going to have a Bat Boy show on that day. We're going to be with you.
Okay.
All right.
That's the first thing we check.
That's right. That's right. It's the first thing.
We're getting ready. Our first show, July the 23rd in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And then we go to Ohio the next day. And then we go back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So our shows are starting up.
Wow.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
All right. So we're going to talk music now, Robbie. You're a music
right.
guy. So bring us our first guest. They're going to come on together, but the first guest played with Jay Black and the Americans. Why don't you talk about him a little bit?
Jay and the Americans, one of the great groups of all time, one of the great voices, Jay Black. I mean, so many great hits. And this gentleman was one of the singers. And we have some amazing pictures from back in the day. But look at that. That's him at the bottom. His name is Mr. Rick Mango. And so let's bring him on first. Hey, come on, Rick.
Where is Rick?
And the crowd goes wild. There
There
we go.
he is.
Rick Mango.
Yes.
How are you?
Rick
I'm
Mango.
good. How are you?
Good.
I'm
good.
doing
Welcome.
good. How you guys doing?
Good,
Doing
man.
okay. This is Reach Out with Ray and Steve. That's our musical director, Robbie Robinson, Frankie Valli. And Rick, talk about when you were 15 years old, what that meant to you to join this huge band.
It was amazing. I got into Jay and the Americans. I was 15. The
Wow.
gentleman in the middle of that photograph with his hand on his chin, that's Howie Kirschenbaum. He got drafted into the Army, and he went away. And Sandy Yaguda, which is the guy all the way on the far right, Sandy was my manager when I had a group called Ricky and the Vassels. So when Howie went in the Army, they needed somebody to take his place. Sandy said to Jay, I got this kid. He plays guitar. He plays piano. He sings. Take him in. They took me in, and that's how I got in Jay and the Americans.
Wow. At 15 years old, I don't know what I was doing at 15, but it definitely wasn't that.
I know what I was doing.
Yeah, I know.
Stop,
too.
Ray. Stop, Ray. This is not an X-rated show.
Yeah.
No, I was playing
I know.
baseball.
He keeps taking it there, doesn't he?
I
But
was
you know,
playing
Rick,
baseball, guys.
you know, here's the thing though, Rick, there is more to this story. And it's an amazing story because Rick Mango is a great singer. I heard him singing some tracks here the other day. Well, there he is singing with Jay. I like your hairdo there in those days, man.
That looks like the 80s. That probably was the 80s from the hairdo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking good. But we have a little musical clip because this is a history lesson for some of our younger viewers.
Yeah.
So let's check out a little music that you put out there back in the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick and I shared a friendship with a man who they say now is in rock and roll heaven. It was a night I spent crying the entire night when I got the phone call. I spoke to him 2 days before he passed away. So we're going to dedicate this to our dear friend, one of the great voices of all time, Johnny Maestro.
Well, just a little clip there.
Just keeps clipping in and out.
Nice.
Black speaking at the beginning there, just so the audience knows that.
Yeah, that was Jay speaking. I had a great run with them. One of my favorite things, Robbie, because I loved when we used to work together with Frankie.
Yeah. We did many shows together back
Yeah,
in those days.
that was a great combination. Those two voices on stage. That was amazing.
Rick, I got to stop you. Was it competitive? You guys in the Four Seasons, I mean,
no.
I know how Frankie could be, and I've met your guy many times, and those two personalities like that. I mean, Robbie, come on, be honest.
Okay, I'll be honest with you.
Go ahead, Rick.
They would always joke about each other. Jay would pick on Frankie's height. Frankie would pick on Jay's hair or whatever, but it was always with affection. They had great respect for each other's talent. You talk to Jay and he would say Frankie was an icon. It was more in jest and fun than anything else because we were friends. You got to understand, Little Anthony, Jay, Johnny, Gary Bonds. We're all friends since we're children. We all did the Brooklyn Fox together. We all did, the Murray K shows. I was just telling Robbie today, I have pictures of me and Tony Orlando at Palisades Music Park. I was like 16. He was like 17 or 18. We were doing stuff for cousins.
There were so many great voices around there. But I will add this to what you just talked about respect. They had a mutual respect. One of the last shows that Jay came to see us, we were playing down in Florida, and he was in the audience, and Frankie said from the stage in front of 10,000 people, Jay Black should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Let's do something about that. And so he has great respect for Jay.
They all do. As a matter of fact, what you missed in the clip in the beginning of what Jay was talking, he was talking about, when Johnny Maestro passed away.
Yes.
I was literally holding Johnny's hand when he passed in Cape Coral Hospice. We were like brothers. And when Jay cried for 3 days when Johnny died. Because what? We go back to when we were children. We were all doing the same thing. It's not like today. It's a little bit different,
But there is something. There is more to this story, and let me carry on because Rick Mango, you at 15 years old, and that voice. I heard you singing the high part there on that duet with Jay. But 15 years old, you were in a major group. Great singer. Music's in your blood. Then your grandson. Your grandson has that same vocal gene.
No,
And it-
actually, Carter's a whole lot better than Grandpa ever was.
Well, I don't know, but let's bring him on. Your
bring him on. I
grandson,
can't wait.
Carter Rubin, who just won The Voice. Bravo,
Wow.
Carter.
I saw him. I saw him on TV. I can't believe it. That's the same person.
That's my
Well,
boy.
he is there somewhere, right? Carter,
Hi, Carter.
hey, buddy. How
Welcome,
you doing?
Carter.
Hey, Carter, what do you think about when you see your grandfather, those pictures and that singing at 15 years old? Can you hear me, Carter?
He's behind. The thing is behind a little bit.
Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of a lag.
Can you hear us, Carter?
He got you now. Hold on.
It is a full circle. Hi. Hi. Am I here?
You're there. Can you hear us? There's a lag, I guess, what we're getting.
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Good. Well, tell us about your grandfather and what you learned from your grandfather. What do you think when you hear your grandfather sing and you see those pictures of him when he was 15 years old?
It is a full circle moment. We actually had this one time where, like, Grandpa, you can detail on this, but you're friends with a painter, and he drew a painting of him at 15 years old, a bunch way back, and then after I won The Voice, he painted a picture of me, like 60 plus years later, like same painter, and it was crazy. That's just an example, but the whole experience with him as my grandpa / mentor / friend, it's been amazing. It's been like a full circle moment because, like you said, he started out in Jay and the Americans when he was 15, and I'm 15 when great stuff is happening. So I'm lucky to have him on my side because he teaches me everything I know.
What a blessing to have a mentor like that in the family.
Definitely. And we have a little video clip when you actually won The Voice. So we're going to play that little clip for our viewers out there. I know we all saw it, but we're going to review it one more time, Carl. Let's check it out.
Carter Rubin, you did it! Congratulations!
Season 19 of The Voice was unlike anything we've ever seen before, and after weeks of jaw-dropping performances and strict social distancing protocols, the winner finally claimed their trophy. During Tuesday's finale, it all came down to Team Blake versus Team Gwen, with Jim Ranger and Carter Rubin squaring off in front of the newly engaged couple. But ultimately, the 15-year-old was crowned the champion, making him the youngest male winner in the show's history. And Carter's win was also a big deal for Gwen, who scored her first ever victory, something she's probably rubbing in her fiancé's face. Now, we caught up with the winning pair right after the big reveal. But first, let's circle back to Carter's final solo performance, where he delivered a powerful rendition of Miley Cyrus's The Climb.
There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make you move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the
Wow, how is he only 15?
That is amazing.
Yeah!
That's my boy.
So, Carter, how was that moment for you?
It was insane. It was one of my favorite moments ever.
Hey, are you a Yankee fan?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
Ray, I've got to add something. By the way, I understand Carter is scheduled to sing the national anthem at the Mets game coming up pretty soon.
City Field. That's great.
But he's at City Field. But he's a
Yes,
Yankee
Hoffman.
fan.
All
Come
right,
on, don't you know somebody that can get this guy to
Come
sing
on,
the national
we're-
anthem
we're-
at Yankee?
we're going to. Hey, get him off the show right now.
We will get you a Yankee Stadium. We will get you a Yankee Stadium.
Hey, you are coming to
Sounds
Yankee
like-
Stadium. That's going to happen.
Thank
okay?
you. Thank you.
I
Thank you. I
can't
appreciate
believe this. I'm calling my president Friday. We will
Yes.
do this. Yeah.
Yes.
We will do this. I can't believe this.
Thank you.
Our show.
You should have
with
told
Ray
me this
Steve. Well,
before
we
the
just found
show.
out right now. We just found out right now. But our show, Reach Out with Ray and Steve. We do some community stuff. I'm a psychologist, and you guys do a lot of work. Family in Arms. Talk about that, Carter.
Yeah. So my mom and my grandpa started a nonprofit foundation 6 years ago called Families in Arms. And what we do is we send families that have children with autism to Disney World because we know that firsthand that having a child with autism in the family can be very stressful financially and emotionally. So we kind of give families a chance to kind of break away from all of that for a week and just make memories that are going to last a lifetime.
Love it. Love it.
That's great. And then,
Love it.
Rick, you've been involved with that for a long time, many decades, right?
I've been raising money for autism for over 50 years before
Wow.
anybody even knew what autism was. Never
Right.
thinking that one day I would have a grandson with autism. But we've learned so much from Jack. Jack is our hero. In other words, Carter and I and mom and dad and the grandparents, you know, we look at Jack as the rock, and we see how much he grew in being at Disney, talking to characters, knowing that he didn't have to have a response, and singing Disney songs. And he grew so rapidly every time we would go to Disney. So we felt we would give that chance to other children on the spectrum who are, don't speak, don't want to, have eye contact. They'll grow and they'll experience things that they can't do every day.
Well, you know what? That's why I'm very proud of my partner Steve over here, because some of our guys that help us with the show are dealing with autism, and they do a wonderful job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm always proud of you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know?
Wow. Nice. Huh?
No,
Nice,
that's
not
it. When
bad.
it comes to that, I love that. I love that. And Rick, I love you, brother, from the
Yes,
standpoint of giving children for 50 years. You've been helping these kids and opening up doors for them spiritually.
Right.
And that's the key.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So,
well-
Carter, Rick, I'm sorry.
I'm saying, I was blessed with a great career. I was blessed with a great family. My wife and I have been together for 54 years. We're married,
Wow.
And, so I feel very blessed. So we love to give back. When we see the look on the family's faces when we give these gifts away, Carter knows we all get teary-eyed. It's just a great, warm feeling. And this boy here, beyond his talent, is one of the warmest hearts ever.
Wow.
Love you, Grandpa.
Well, hey,
Here he goes. Here he goes with the tears.
Carter, you're going to understand those tears as you get older, because in essence, Rick, I feel you, my brother, wholeheartedly. And let me say this, that some of the greatest people that in essence I've known or I known of, well, number one, the great Robbie Robinson. I love Robbie Robinson, not because he's a great musician or because he's Frankie Valli's guy. You know what I'm saying? I love him because of this, because I know a lot of people, and the ones that stay close to me are the ones that I know have been touched by God, like this man over there. And let me say, Carter, you have a major responsibility coming up, like your grandfather did, okay? Which is, if you know a guy by the name of Elvis Aaron Presley, okay, everything that I ever found out about Elvis, like as Robbie knows, one of my good friends was a guy by the name of James Brown.
Right.
And all that James Brown liked to talk about was Elvis Presley and the beauty of Elvis and how Elvis helped and how Elvis cared and Elvis and the black man, etc. And just understand your responsibility, which I know you do because of the man that's your grandfather right there, because he's from that era. So he understands.
Absolutely.
Okay?
He knows everybody. Like everyone. Like, you met Elvis Presley? Yes. You worked with the Beatles? Yeah. Like every single name in music that you could think of, he's either known or worked with. And it's like, okay, wow, now I got to carry that on.
So,
I,
Carter, believe
I will
it.
say one thing. I think
Robbie.
there's a fraud going on here because I heard this young man sing, and I just heard him talk, and I saw his poise and his stage presence when he was singing on that show, and when he sits here and talks so articulately, there's no way that he's still a teenager. He's got to be at least 30 years old. I think there's something going on.
Really?
Let's see.
I'm
the
actually
ID, buddy. Let's
37.
see the ID.
Well, you guys have to understand something. When I was in Jay and the Americans, we did a stadium. It was Jay and the Americans, the Tokens, and the Young Rascals. And
Wow.
Carter opened the show. He was 7 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
He opened the
I think I
boardwalk.
was 8 years old, I think.
Oh, 8 years old.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
8
gosh.
years old. And
When you were
and
younger, right? When you were younger.
he's been on stage and singing duets with me since he could walk. And he's
Fantastic.
just a God-gifted natural talent.
Wow.
So
Hey,
beautiful.
and Carter, do not be afraid to be an actor also, okay? You hear me?
I love acting.
Oh, good.
We got to get you in Bat Boy. We get you in Bat Boy. How's that?
Yes.
Guys,
Okay,
do
we're
about the
ready.
Yankees. You're ready. You're ready. Okay, get you both in Bat Boy. But Carter, for a minute.
No, wait a minute. Wait
What?
a minute. Wait. Okay, because there's too many people watching. I got my Yankee people watching, okay, etc. They're on. The Yankees are off today, so a lot of the players watch the show every Monday. And Rick, are you guys saying that you will help us do a charity show do our play? Is that what you're saying? Carter, Rick, will you help
Not
us
putting you
do
on the
a
spot at
charity
all.
show? A show for charity. Will you help us? One show.
Whatever my grandson wants to do.
Carter, will you do it? One show.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rick Mango. You decide because you're the grandpa. You're the
Okay,
one
let's
that knows everything.
count to three, Carter, and we'll give an answer. One,
two, three.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, make sure to put that Carmine, put it all there. Okay, that's a contract. It's a contract.
But let me ask you a real serious question, Carter. Let's put music aside for a minute. When you look at your grandparents married 54 years, what do you see? What does that mean to you?
It means the world. It's like my grandma and my grandpa are like the entire foundation of our family. They had my mom who married my dad and had me and my brother, and it's really cool because it's we're a very tight-knit crew, I think, and I love my family and we love each other. I'm always there for each other, and someday I want to love like my grandparents have and my parents.
You already do. Wow. You already do. I admire you. I admire your love for your grandpa. And you know what? I'm jealous because I never got to have that. So you're so blessed. It's beautiful.
Well, actually, the person who was blessed was me. I ended up with my daughters, my son-in-laws, who I adore, my two granddaughters, Ricky and Paige, and Jack and Carter. We're always together. We're
always together.
Vacation together, barbecue together, go in the pool together. We're always together.
Yeah.
I'm
And
blessed.
you know something, Carter, just a word of, now I don't need to tell you this, but I'll just make the point.
Yeah.
Having this kind of family foundation will go leaps and bounds because you have a big career ahead of you, young man. And so the world's going to be coming and you're going to get tugged from all different kind of angles and perspectives and all kinds of situations, like guys wanting you to do Bat Boy shows and all kinds of stuff. but the reality is having that foundation of your
Double
family.
cross me.
I'm sorry. Having that foundation of family is going to be invaluable for you. So always lean on your family for that kind of
always
grounding.
Robbie, fantastic advice. And I'm going to give you one more bit of advice. And this is for Rick Mango. You know this business. You know how it can be. So you have to stay in the best shape, the best health possible for as long as possible so that you can always keep an eye on this young man. Am I right, Rick?
Yes, from your mouth to God's ears.
Amen. Yes.
Wow.
Hey, by the way, now just to show another part of, we have a clip. You know, we have a friend of ours named Murray Bauer, who is your friend as well.
Yeah,
and
he's
Murray
all-
Bauer, and this is going to show a side of Carter that's really not under the stage lights and not with a big band and on a big fancy TV show. It's just him and his amazing God-given voice singing to our buddy Murray Bauer. Do we have that clip? Do we have that clip handy, Carmine?
Hey, we don't have it.
Oh, darn it.
No,
But
but here's the thing. I'm gonna put the blame on Murray on this, okay? Because Murray told us before the show, you know what? This was a personal thing between me and Carter. It means so much.
Yeah. Okay.
And so so we didn't.
Well, then let me
override.
interrupt you, Mr. New York Yankee guy, from the Dodgers West Coast here.
Uh-huh.
We've got this talent right here. Maybe he could just sing "Happy Birthday"
Yes!
right now.
Yes!
Would you, can I, not to put you on the
Yes!
spot, Carter?
Yes!
Could you give us just a tidbit, or maybe even better than the "Happy Birthday"? Something else that you've got up your sleeve, like the Star Spangled Banner or anything. What can you sing for us a cappella, young man, with your amazing
Anything.
God-given voice?
How about I just sing "Happy Birthday" to Murray?
Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Let's do it.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Murray. Happy birthday to you.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
So we're running out of time, guys. But Rick, we have a surprise guest for you. So let's bring him on. We got a friend of yours. You talk about friendships. We have Rick Doherty here. I think you guys know each other.
Doherty.
Yeah, Rick, are you there?
Where's Rick? Where's Rick? Rick.
It's spinning. I can see slowly here.
Okay.
Rick Doherty's one of my dearest friends.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah, that's my buddy. Can he hear us?
Rick, he's frozen probably.
Yeah, frozen there.
He's frozen. He froze after waiting
Hey,
so
let
long.
me-
He's been
let
waiting
me-
for an hour.
Let me throw out what when I heard that voice and when I heard you sing a cappella "Happy Birthday" to,
Yes.
I thought of a line that comes straight from the play Jersey Boys. By the way, Rick, well, I know Rick has probably seen it. Carter, have you seen Jersey Boys?
I've heard of it. I have not seen the full
You
show.
should see it. The story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. And one of the lines in that is Bob Gaudio. He hears it and he said, "When I heard that voice, I knew I had to make music with that voice." And he's talking about the voice of Frankie Valli.
Yeah.
Now, and you could use Frankie is a pretty good model to pattern yourself after as far as having a career that spans, about 70 years.
Yeah.
So that's what I just had to say, man. That voice that you have is definitely God-given. What an amazing instrument you have. And so use it wisely, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And let me tell you, our board is lit up from people wanting to say hi and all that, including my good friend Raul Lopez, who's dealing with prostate cancer right now, and he's doing great. And you lifted his spirits from what I'm seeing over here. Thank you.
That means a lot.
That's the magic that you have.
So, Rick, we have Rick Doherty on the phone line. Guys want to talk for a moment? Rick Doherty, say hello to your friend, Rick Mango.
Hello, is this my one of my favorite singers? Two of my favorite singers are on the show, and I was just watching. Very good rendition of "Happy Birthday," by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rick Doherty and I, we're friends for many, many, many years. As a matter of fact, he just retired from the Suffolk County Police Department, and I was at his retirement party. I was at his function. It was great. He's a wonderful man with a good heart, great neighbor, always there when you need him.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. He wanted to say hi to you. Thank you very much.
Hi, Ricky.
Hey, Carter, I've got another question for you. So what's next on the plate on the adventures of Carter Rubin? What's next on your agenda?
Glad you asked. Some good stuff. I was actually just in the studio recently because I have an amazing management team out in LA. But studio I was at a week ago was upstate New York, where my producers and writers are. And we are in the middle of creating some great stuff. I'm so excited to put new music out. It's not like what you saw in The Voice. It's more mature, edgier, and I'm so excited for everyone to hear it. I'm really proud of what we're working on, and it's hoping to get on the radio, hoping to get on the charts. I have all these high hopes and ambitions, and I'm just so excited to get started.
Carter, do you dance?
I'm not a very good dancer. I wish I was.
I have to disagree. He was in a play where he had to do a Fred Astaire number with the hi-hat, the top hat, and the cane.
Oh, yeah. That was in like 2019. I'm not that good.
Yeah, but you were phenomenal. He's great on stage. He's great in plays, great actor. He can do it all. And what we're hoping for is, when we were kids, when all of us back there were kids, we had teen idols. We had Bobby Rydell, and we had Frankie Avalon, and we had Fabian, and the clean-cut all-American boys. That's why America fell in love with Carter. He's hip. He's what's now, but he's got that old soul of being a wonderful person. And
you guys are both on Long Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we live eight minutes apart.
Nice. Well, hey, I'm promising you, we have to get off, but I'm promising you, I love for the two of you to come to a Yankee game.
Absolutely.
I have a dream that my grandson would sing the 7th inning at Yankee Stadium.
Hey, I'm on it. I'm on
seventh inning.
Listen to me. I am on it, but I would love for you guys to come and hang out at Yankee Stadium. Nice, and let's just have fun and enjoy the day, or enjoy a game and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I love to show the two of you off over there, like I do with Robbie Robinson when he shows up.
Hey, maybe you guys can go there for the Dodgers and the Yankees World Series.
I want them before that. We ain't playing you for another 5 years.
There, Robbie. That's when the Dodgers get there. Look,
All right.
gentlemen, thank you so very much. God bless you, and continue the great work. And you're an inspiration to so many people.
Both of you.
Thank you.
God bless.
So
God
both
bless.
of you,
God bless
Rick,
you guys.
Carter. Thank you, both of you.
Robbie, another great show. We have a promo for
Oh yeah, tonight my show is tonight my Jam and Java. I have the great Mark Farner from the formerly with Grand Funk Railroad. This guy is a rock and roll legend.
Okay, well, we don't have time for the clip,
Right.
but we wanted to. What time is your show on right now?
7:00 California time, 10:00 New York time, and it's with the great Mark Farner, formerly with Grand Funk Railroad. They sold out Shea Stadium faster than anybody, including the Beatles.
God bless.